Hey, welcome back to The Dive. The creator economy, gaming industry, and social media subscriptions are some of the topics that our guest will deep dive into today. He will also share the company's fourth quarter financial results, its newest channel, their involvement in a gamified ecosystem, and distribution deals that investors can watch out for. He is the CEO and co-founder of QYou Media. Curt Marvis is joining us today. But before we bring Curt on, just a quick reminder to smash that subscribe button for me, please. Hey, Curt, welcome back to The Dive.
Thanks, Cassie. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Glad to have you back. All right, so QYou Media announced its fourth quarter financial results with revenues climbing to $4.7 million. Where did this strong revenue growth come from, and how sustainable is this?
Well, actually, every part of the business is growing right now. Our channels business in India is growing. Our US influencer marketing business is growing. Our India influencer marketing business is growing. And as a company, we kind of sit at the apex of what I call social video, the world of YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, et cetera. And then the world of what I would refer to as the creator economy, which is these influencers and creators that are built driving all of this content out into the digital space. So both those are huge markets. I mean, there's no stopping. It's not like we're driving that growth. Those are happening around us. And so we've been able to kind of latch on to that. And every part of our business now is continuing to build. So we'll end calendar 2021 at 23 $24 million run rate. And we expect that in terms of an annualized basis. And we expect that to increase, relatively dramatically over the course of 2022 and beyond. So I think, there's some seasonal stuff and that sort of thing. But yeah, we expect this growth to continue.
Awesome, good news. Okay, so the company also published details about its second channel in India called the QYou Marathi. What can you tell our viewers, and how can this drive QYou's growth?
Well, since we started this sort of focus on India, the idea has always been to build I'll call it Q Media networks, or, we've been building a company that's going to be more than just one sort of channel and one brand. What people don't realize in India is that India is not just one language. It's got diverse cultures, diverse language groups, different language groups, not actually that unlike Europe in many ways. Hindi is the dominant one. It's got 650 to 700 million native Hindi speakers. There's several others that have close to 100 million. Marathi has 84 million people in the country of India that's their native tongue. So that's the size of Germany, which is the largest country in Europe, which is obviously a huge market. So we've always had the plan to drive into what are known as vernacular languages or specific languages in India to continue to build both channel-based content and digital platforms around those language groups. So QYou Marathi is our first channel launch into that sort of area in 2022. We're launching the channel on cable and satellite and digital on January 31st of 2022. So super excited about that. And it's a big part of what we're trying to build to build a media company in India, a youth media brand in India, as opposed to just sort of one channel.
The QYou India announced its availability on Mzaalo, an online video streaming app in the gamified and entertainment ecosystem. Does it make sense for QYou to get involved with tokens via NFTs? How does QYou fit into the crypto world?
Well, I think, the way we look at it is not specifically about crypto or blockchain. I think the way we view it is that tokenization and gamification around that are the things that we're really focused on. We believe that our young India audience ultimately is expecting to get involved with content where it's the two-way thing. So it won't just be television where they're watching the programming, but where they're interacting with that programming, whether it's through social commerce and purchasing things, whether it's through gamification of some sort where they're interacting with the content or the performers themselves or whatever it might be. And I think what's important for us is with the Mzaalo deal, we're not expecting that to actually deliver a huge amount of revenue for us in 2022. It starts to grow in the outer years as we go forward, but it's more about getting our foot, dipped into the pool right now of what we think is important around gamified and tokenized content offerings. Mzaalo is pretty interesting because it's a free platform where you create a Mzaalo wallet and you get rewarded with Mzaalo coins when you watch content. So you watch 2 hours of the Q on Mzaalo, you get 10 Mzaalo coins in your wallet, and then you can go to Starbucks the next day and you get X rupees off your coffee that you're buying. So it's instead of the advertisers running ads, they're giving basically a coupon or rewards based system that actually rewards the viewer for watching content. So it's a very interesting model. We do think that the whole NFT and crypto world is going to grow in India just like it is going to everywhere else. So I would call this is a step, into the future for us, but not something that we think is going to deliver, major change in the business in 2022.
Yeah, it's such a hot market for that right now.
Yeah.
So, Curt, in August, we had you on the show and you mentioned that investors should look for more distribution deals. Does increasing distribution require any capital expenditure in terms of getting the deal done or additional content?
Yeah, our model has always been to be as far and wide as we can possibly be from a distribution point of view. We're also committed to being free. I always get asked the question what the right price point is in India, and my answer is always the same: free. Indians like things that are free. I guess everybody likes stuff that's free, but it's particularly popular in India. Netflix has even had to lower its pricing because it's just you can't in these emerging markets sustain the kind of pay scale that we're used to in North America or maybe Western Europe. So we're committed to a mass distribution model that's ad supported. Well, by definition, ad supported requires you to be on every possible platform. So in India, we're on cable and satellite television. We're on over-the-top broadband-based platforms. We're on a mobile phone and mobile-based platforms, and we're on app-based platforms. Well, all of that is, you've got to do the deals, you've got to support it, you've got to market onto these channels, you've got to create working relationships. But our model in India, and as we roll out QYou Marathi, we've announced that we haven't given details about it yet, but we're going to roll out another channel in Q1 of 2022 that we're super excited about, but we just haven't revealed exactly what that is yet. So our 2022 is a big year for us. It's where we've kind of established the brand in India. We've got mass distribution relationships. Now we're going to put Marathi into that. We'll put our new channel into that. And by this time next year, a year from now, where currently we reach maybe 100 million people a week in India that view the Q. I hope that doubles by this time next year, and we're reaching 200 million people a week with our programming, which is obviously a lot of eyeballs.
Definitely. Sounds so exciting. Okay, so let's talk about the metaverse. Some say this brings an entirely new definition to the concept of creator, where digital creation could mean making digital objects, creating new marketplaces. How close are you watching opportunities where QYou Media could get involved?
Yeah, it's interesting when Zuckerberg announced the change of the name from Facebook to Meta, he actually referred to the creator economy. And he used those words, which is what I use, the creator economy, stole it from me. No, just kidding. It was that it's becoming, more commonplace in the business world for people to talk about that. And I think if you play in the creator economy and social video, you have to be paying attention to the so-called metaverse. I don't honestly sit here and proclaim to know exactly what form it's going to take. You've got a company like Snap that's much more focused on what I would call AR and the direction that it's taking in that. And then you've got, a company like Facebook with Oculus that seems to be much more focused on a truly immersive experience. So I think it'll be something that 10 years from now, we'll laugh at this and go, God, remember we were talking about the metaverse and it was still kind of this weird amorphous thing that no one could define what it was going to be. I think a decade from now, we'll have a much better idea about what that looks like. And I think it's probably 20 years from now where it's sort of, part of our daily lives. So I look at it as evolving, but it's going to take a while.
And it's so interesting, so crazy. Okay, so QYou India released its top 10 creators, and half of them were gaming creators. Do you think this can be a good indicator that the gaming industry will have a notable presence across the country?
Yeah, I mean, mobile gaming is huge in India. It's huge everywhere in the world. Our target audience is 30 and under. Our sweet spot sort of, 14 to 30. And anybody who's in that age group is gaming is a huge part of their daily lives, both males and females. And so, I don't, it was interesting. I was looking at a presentation from a gaming company this morning in India. Again, I would say here, I can't proclaim exactly what our direction is going to be with respect to that, but we think both gamification in terms of our content offerings and specifically things that are related to gaming style formats are definitely in our future. And it's in terms of what we have internally that we started to create that we call Q Labs, which is our own kind of R&D group inside of our company to look at what's happening next. Gaming is definitely on their agenda.
Staying ahead of the game here. Okay, so Instagram is testing a subscription model in India where users may have to pay to see stories or access other content from creators. Do you think this could possibly impact QYou? And do you think we'll see more of these types of models with major social media platforms coming in the next 5 years?
Excuse me. Yeah, look, I'm, as I said a minute ago, I'm a big believer that free offerings in India are the way to reach a mass audience. Instagram already has a huge presence in India, so they're in a position to be able to play with those types of models. Obviously there's YouTube Premium there where you get ad-free YouTube and that sort of thing. I think there's a place for it, but at the end of the day, if you ask me what I think the right thing to do in India, it's to go free, go free, go free, go free, and go mass. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens for Instagram there. But again, I think pay platforms in general in the India marketplace, particularly as rural India and the economic um, shift happens where rural and tier 2 and tier 3 India starts to get more money, they're still going to want to get things on an ad supported basis that are free from my point of view.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they're messing with a already good thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, Curt, thank you so much for joining us today. That's all we have for today. And I hope you have a great holiday and we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah, great. Great to see you, Cassandra, and happy holidays to you. Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2022.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. We'll be back again in the new year, so be sure to stay tuned by hitting that notification bell and subscribing below. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you next year.